Hi everyone, it's Kelly from Kelly's Bead Boutique. So this is another installment in my quick and easy earring series where I show you how to make a really cute pair of earrings in no time at all. If you want to see how I make them, come and join me. So you may recognize some of the parts in the earrings that I'm going to make. I have two pairs today, and these are actually old earrings that used to be kits a few years ago. Of course, our kits are wildly popular. Thank you to everybody that buys them all the time, but we do sell out often, and I can't often get them back in. So I had to wait a little while, like almost a year, to try and get the supplies back in, but now I have them. So that's what we're going to do today, is recreate a couple old kits. So this first one, we're simply going to be using this cute little bird charm, and we called this kit All a Twitter because this one looked like the little Twitter bird on, the app Twitter. A pair of antique copper ear wires and a little disc. Now seriously, you cannot get any more simple, but everybody loved these for some reason because they were so simple. So the only tool we're going to use is our chain nose plier. So all I'm going to do is just open that up a little bit. I'm going to place my little bird through the ear wire, and then I'm going to place it through the disc, and then I am going to close that up, and there we go. Just a simple little pair of earrings. So now on the other side, you want to make sure when you put it on that you mirror the bird. So we're just going to turn that around that way. And we're going to pop the ear wire through there. Again, you can't get much more simple, but so when these, one of my staff actually designed these, and when she made them, I was kind of like, oh, those are a little simple. I don't know if anybody's going to like them. And then we proceed to sell out. So I think, sometimes I just have to remember that everybody likes something different. So it's not that I don't like them. I just thought they were way too simple, but sometimes simple is good. So there you go, there's our All the Twitter earring for our earring number 1. So let's get the parts for earring number 2. All right, so you may recognize this collection. This was our Hootie earrings. And I couldn't get the exact little owl in that I had before, but I got one that's very close, and I just love these. I think they're absolutely adorable. So we have these gorgeous owl check glass, and we have a pair of wings, and we have some spacers, and some 6mm faceted fire polish, and a pair of ear wires. We also have some 22 gauge craft wire. And for our tools today, we're going to be using our chain nose pliers, our round nose pliers, our bent chain nose pliers, and our cutters. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut myself some wire, and I'm going to cut about 5 or 6 inches and just give that a little snip. And so now we're just going to create a wrapped loop. So what I usually do is take my chain nose pliers at the end, and then I just kind of straighten that out, make it look nice and straight there. And I'm going to go about 1/3 of the way down. I'm going to use my thumb and bend that into a nice sharp 90-degree angle. Now I'm going to take my round nose pliers and place my wire in between there. I'm going to go from the back, and I'm going to push that straight up, and then using my thumb, I'm going to go straight down. So just bringing the wire around and over. Now I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to open up my pliers, and I'm just going to rotate them so that they're now parallel to the table. Now I'm going to take this tail that's in the front and pull it straight to the back. And now you can see that's kind of over in a little bit of it kind of just tips over a bit, so I just kind of rotate it so that it ends up in a nice little circle like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is place on my little feather, and now I'm going to turn it so that this short one is on the top and my long piece is off to the left. And now I'm going to do a bulky wrap. So I'm going to go a couple times, and then I'm going to work back towards my pliers. So if this ends up all kind of messy and tangled up and whatever, that's perfect, because a messy, bulky wrap is exactly what we're going for. I have a hard time making them messy, but if yours are messy, then that's just fine. Okay, so now I want to turn it around and have a look and see if I can see that little burr, and I can feel it right there. So all I want to do is take the tip of my pliers, and I'm going to go right on the very end of that burr and give it just a little push down, just a little bit. Okay, so now I want to have it facing this way. So I want to make sure that I put everything on in the right order now. So I've got my little owl, and then I've got my spacer, and I've got my fire polish, and we've got that hanging down. So now I want to turn it so that my loop is going to be going the opposite way. So what I do is just kind of hold on to it and pull down. So that is now going to be going in the right direction. So now we're going to go to that same spot on our round nose pliers and go up and over and down and rotate and pull that to the back. And now you can see it's way over there. And that's just because of the way that when I just pull it over, it leaves no neck. So all we're going to do is just rotate it until that circle is right on top of the fire polish there. So that's all we're going to do. Now I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and go right over top of that circle, and I'm going to wrap a couple times down and then a couple times up until you can't really wrap anymore. And then I'm going to take my flush side of my cutters and come in and give that a little trim. And then now I'm going to take my pliers and just push down this little burr. You just kind of want to get it out of the way. You never want anything sharp. And then I just kind of line it up, make sure everything's going the right direction and everything looks good. If it just kind of, is off a little bit, you can just kind of turn it with your fingers, but everything looks pretty good there. So now I'm just going to take my ear wire and I'm going to pop it in that way and then close that up. So I'm just going to make the other one off camera and I'll be right back. So there you go, there's the completed pair. So you want to make sure when you are creating these that you do exactly like the other one in that you invert these so that you have a mirrored set. I think it always looks a little bit nicer when they're on your ears to have them inverted. And it doesn't matter which direction you go, just turn the other one the opposite way. So we have our Hootie earrings and we have our all the Twitter earrings. Two super simple, super cute earrings that you can whip up in no time at all. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It was just something that I threw together for the takeover day on the Great Bead Extravaganza. Make sure if you don't know what that is that you follow me on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram and all those social media channels so that you can see what I've been up to lately. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.